Hello, good evening. I'm just going for a walk, change of scenery, and to pick up Indian tonic water, always killing two birds with one stone. Forgive me if my headphones are a bit crackly and in and out. I think I need new headphones. Right, so where does one begin? Right, so I'll start from the end. So this evening I was speaking with my sister's carer, and it was normally when people come and see me lying down, they assume that I'm sleeping.
That's good, eh?
But sometimes it's not sleep, sometimes it's just just not even resting. It's just taking time out. Obviously, because I'm not in my own environment, I don't have. There are times. I like my own company. I like being by myself, but I'm not currently in a situation where I can just, if I want to, just bury myself underneath the quilt and reflect on what's going on, not just in my life but in the world. So like I said, when she comes, she will see me sometimes and say, "Oh, you're resting, you've been sleeping," or whatever, but it's not that. So we had a conversation about what it was today, and she said to me that if I wanted to, because she's seen, or she has clients who are worse off than my sister, and they are by themselves. And so I said, so what about in the nighttime when they want to use the toilet and there's nobody there with them? And she said they put adult nappies on them, so if they want to go, they just do it in the nappy. And I think I couldn't believe it. Sound like Victor Meldrew. I simply couldn't believe that these people have relatives who've taken themselves to other parts of the world, or they're even in the same country but in another part. And I think, how in God's name can you abandon your relatives? I mean, I wouldn't even do that if I had a friend who needed some kind of support. I wouldn't do that to them. I am tired of people telling me how good I am, and how the latest one was a letter from the doctor which referenced a conversation with me. He's a very nice man, but he said he was awestruck by me, and it doesn't mean anything. I keep telling people it is just me being me. I'm not stepping outside of myself to do what I'm doing, staying with my sister. Yes, there's a lot of inconvenience involved. I don't have my life. But after the carer left, I went, she put my sister to bed. I went in and I was speaking to her, and I said, I can't imagine me being at my place. As much as I love my own space and my own company and all of that, I cannot for the life of me imagine myself going home and leaving her by herself when, I mean, you just don't do things like that. I'm stunned. I mean, the carer left like 2 hours ago, something like that. And I am still stunned. I can't believe what she said to me. How can people treat people like that? They have more humanity towards animals than they do to their own relatives. But anyways, so I was speaking to my sister afterwards, and I said, I can only think that God has put me in this situation. Obviously, I'm the one who is able to, because of how I've organized my life, I'm the one who's able to, not just able to, but willing to pack up and go and do the necessities. So I said I can only imagine that God put me in this position so I can actually see and witness how evil human beings are. How can you leave, I don't know, an elderly person, a disabled person, whatever, by themselves, and it's just the only contact they have is with the carer, who will drop in 3 or 4 times a day and go through the preliminaries with them, you know, make food for them, wash them, dress them, etc. I couldn't imagine myself tonight, it feels like a Friday, could not imagine myself on a Thursday night at home enjoying my own company while my sister is at her place in an adult nappy, right? Because that's what would have happened, because there's nobody to attend to her. She has all her faculties. How degrading. Honestly, I do not joke when I say I'm stunned. I can't believe that human beings can treat their own relatives in that way. I've said time and time again that I don't do family. I don't do family and I don't do friends. There are a few people that I have contact with, but these are people who are at ease with themselves, so they're not into the examining you to tell you there's something wrong with you. This is what you get from people who are ill at ease with themselves and the choices that they make in their life. That's all I can say. I am genuinely stunned. She said to me if I did the job that she does, I would cry. I'm not the crying kind, so I probably wouldn't. I probably get outraged and perhaps want to say something to the relatives, because we know, especially the ones who have money, we know that relatives will show up when the will is being read or something, you know, for the funeral or while they're on the deathbed, just so they will remember them in the will. Well, there's so much that I could say about there's so much that I could say about my own situation, but I'll save that for some future time when we go live, right? Because it is all good and well talking now, doing these videos, but as I've said, I do them not necessarily for now, but for later, for reference. I can come back to what I have said. I was also speaking to one of my friends, hi Tina, from back in the day, and I asked her, again, it's the saying, God gave us people to love and money to use, not the other way around, right? So I remember, you see, because with me, I put my money where my mouth is. I have a track record of my generosity So I asked her, this was like going back 20 years, if she remembered that night. I used to teach an exercise class at church on a voluntary basis. And I asked her if she remembered that night when they were going to get the bus home, and one of them didn't have enough bus fare, and so they were all going to walk because they didn't have money between them to help pay for that person. And I gave whoever it was, I don't know if it was her or whoever it was anyway of the group, I had a money bag, you know, the coin bag you get from the bank, with all my earthly wealth, the widow's mite if you want to call it that. And I gave them, that person, the bus fare, so they wouldn't all have to walk home, because that's what would have happened. And again, respect to them, because you know there are people who would have jumped on the bus and said see you later and left that one person to walk. At least they were all in solidarity, they would have all walked together. So she remembered. But you see, I don't let my left hand know what my right hand is doing when I do my good deeds. I'm going somewhere. Yeah, some ruffian trying to chat me up. I'm going somewhere.
Where are you going?
To the shop.
What's this one?
Sainsbury's, and then I'm back to Co-op.
Where do you live? One there?
Do I live around here?
I live one down there. So I live in Mental Hostel. I've been there for like 4 months.
Yeah?
You smoke cigarette? You ever go to your mom?
No, I don't smoke.
Nice to meet you, man.
Okay. What's your name?
Marley, you know? Marley.
Okay.
You know Bob Marley's?
Bob Marley, yes.
Bob Marley's not my dad or one of my brother, but I got the same name as me.
Okay.
But I'm not Jamaican, but I'm Jamaican.
Right.
Everyone else meets me, they say that I never made no one else score money. They get surprised me down here, innit?
Okay.
But you live on there, eh?
I am around in the area, yes.
Do you look decent?
Sorry?
Do you look decent there? Look at you.
Do you look decent? You look alright.
Thanks. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Uh-huh.
Where are you from?
Sorry?
Where are you from? Jamaica?
Yes. Roundabout, yes.
But you was born in UK though?
Yep.
How old are you?
50. I'm going to be 55 next
Oh
month.
my god. I thought that you was early 15 or 20s, you know?
You thought I'm in my 20s.
Why are you 20?
Guess what my surname is?
Let me guess. You say
You're not going to guess. Young.
Okay, the first name is Elizabeth, yeah. So probably
My surname is Young.
Your name is
So
is
God
Young,
has
yeah?
a sense of humor, yeah.
You get Sainsbury's?
I am, yes. Why are you following me to Sainsbury's?
Do you mind leave her?
I mean, go back where you're going. Go home.
Huh?
You can go home. You don't have to follow me.
Nice to meet you.
You take care. Look after yourself. Good night. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. So you see, it's very easy if you're looking for a man to get one. You just need to go on the road and someone will find you. Right, anyway, so I've lost my train of... I know what I was saying, yeah. So I was saying that she remembered. But I didn't say, this is all the money I've got in the world and I'm such a good person and look, I'm going to give you some of it, blah, blah, blah. Right, but I did that in... You know, record speaks for itself. So, what I said to my sister, obviously I'm going now to buy Indian tonic water for reasons I've stated in previous video. I said to her that nobody, when it comes to putting money where mouth is, you know, by your fruits you know them, kind of. By their fruits you know them. Nobody can come to me and challenge me and say, but you did this and you did that. Right? My generosity speaks for itself. And it is, you know, usually when you make people look bad just by being yourself, they will tell you you're showing off. oh, you're showing off, you just like to go and talk about yourself all the time. No, it is that you don't have any good works, you don't have anything to back you up, and you don't like it when others put you to shame, right? So I'm talking to the people who are quick to accuse others of find faults where there are no faults. So, I had that very interesting conversation with my sister this evening, and I said I couldn't imagine leaving you here, irrespective of the degrees of difficulties for me, because my life basically is down the toilet, right? So that's what my life is right now. But at the same time, I simply couldn't imagine myself living the life and my sister's there in her flat by herself with no one to talk to and no one to attend to her. I cannot stress enough how stunned I am that people can actually do this. The only person your relative is going to see is a random carer, and then that's it. They're on their own. Say for example with my sister, the carer came just before 7, so she would have been by herself for 12 hours, just on her own in the flat, no human contact. It's disgraceful, it's disgusting, but like I said, those who love to find fault with people will want to find fault with what I'm saying. Good luck to them. But all I can say right now is, like I said to my sister, I'm sure God has put me in this situation, as horrible as it is. When I say horrible, I mean from the standpoint that I don't have any quality of life. It is horrible for me, and I think at the end of it, when it all comes out in the wash, I will have a lot to say. I'm going to have plenty to say, but like I've said before, certain things need to go live. Certain things need to happen before we can get to that point where I can really start talking. Because, at the moment people would look and think, yeah, and mock if they would choose to. But at such a time when we go live, nobody's going to be mocking. As they say, fools mock, but they shall mourn. Anyways, it's Thursday. I don't know why it feels like a Friday night. But I hope you guys are having a good evening anyway. Look after yourselves. Bye.